Welcome back to our channel, Class 3 Community. So today is the lecture 9, that is the dielectrics last part, that is the part 4. And here we will be dealing with the gaseous dielectrics. So basically gaseous dielectric, by applying a sensible electric field, the dielectric gases can be polarized. To how we can polarize dielectric gases? By applying a sensible electrical field. Vacuum, solids, liquid and gases can be a dielectric material. So it is, so which can be a dielectric material? Vacuum, solids, liquids and gases. A dielectric gas is also called as insulating gas. So what is the other name for a dielectric gas? Insulating gas. It is a dielectric material in gaseous state which can prevent electrical discharge. It is a dielectric material which can prevent electrical discharge. Dry air, sulfur hexafluoride, etc. are the examples of gaseous dielectric material. So these are few examples of dry air, sulfur hexafluoride are the examples of gaseous dielectric material. Gaseous dielectrics are not practically free of electrically charged particles. So gaseous dielectrics are not free of what? Electrically charged particles. When electric field is applied to a gas, the free electrons are formed. So when does a free electron are formed? When an electric field is applied to a gas. A few gases such as SF6 are strongly attached. The electrons are powerfully attached to the molecule. Some are weakly attached, for example oxygen. Some are not at all attached, for example N2. Examples of dielectric gases are ammonia, air, carbon dioxide, sulfur hexafluoride, carbon monoxide, nitrogen, hydrogen, etc. The moisture contained in dielectric gases may alter the properties to be a good dielectric. So these are the few examples which have been provided, and also the exceptions also are there, and it also states that some may be some can alter their properties of good dielectrics if the moisture content is there. Next is the breakdown in gases. So whenever there is a breakdown in gases, it is due to a subjection of the high voltages. Gases undergo ionization, producing free electrons and begin to conduct. Okay. Next is the properties of dielectric gases. The preferred properties of an excellent gaseous dielectric material are utmost dielectric strength, then is the fine heat transfer, then the third point is incombustible, chemical idleness against the construction. So now we will be dealing with the properties of dielectric gases. The preferred properties of an excellent gaseous dielectric materials are as follows. First is the utmost dielectric strength. Second is the fine heat transfer. Third is the incombustible. Fourth is the chemical idleness against the construction material used. Fifth is the inertness. Sixth is the environmentally non-poisonous. Next is the small temperature of condensation. Then is the high thermal constancy, acquirable at low cost, and the applications are like it is used in transformers, rather waveguides, circuit breakers, switch gears, high voltage, switch coolants, and also they are usually used in high voltage application. So these are the properties and these are the basically application of the dielectric gases. So you can remember 4 properties according to the marks. You can write, if it is 4 marks, try to write all the properties, and it is, if it is of 2 marks, try to write this first 6 properties. That the first is the utmost dielectric strength, then it's fine heat transfer, then it is incombustible, then chemical idleness against construction material use, inertness. Okay. So next is the application of the dielectrics. In the case of the insulating oil, the ability of the oil acting as a dielectric to oppose the flow of a current is determined by tests which show its dielectric strength. So what happens in case of insulating oil? So whenever it opposes the flow of the current, and it is determined by some test and which shows that its it shows about dielectric strength. It says the specific resistance that a dielectric offers under moderate condition of voltage, the ability to prevent arcing between two electrodes at highly electrified potential, or to prevent arcing between the electric source and the ground. It also that prevents arcing between electrical source and ground. Petroleum oil is an excellent dielectric and it is used extensively as a hydraulic medium for equipment used around electrical apparatus such as in servicing, high voltage electrical equipment, lines or transmission medium. Oil is also used in switchgears, transformers and other such electrical equipment designed to be insulated with a liquid. The dielectric strength of insulating dielectric transformer oil is evaluated in terms of its breakdown voltage under a standard set of conditions. So these are some few points for the application of dielectrics which you can write. So breaking down in much more points so it will be clear to you all. Next is that in liquid field transformers, dielectric fuel is used to cool the windings and provide optical performance. From the bottom of the tank where the dielectric fuel is at its lowest or bottom temperature, the fluid flows vertically up to the winding ducts and is heated by the windings at the top of the tank where the fluid is at its highest or top oil temperature. It exits the main tank and enters a series of radiators or cooling fins. It then flows downward through the radiator where it is cooled and re-enters the main tank at the bottom. In self-cooled transformers, the cycle is governed naturally by convection. Natural convection can also be assisted by series of fans directing air against the radiators, increasing the rate of heat transfer and subsequent rate of cooling in the windings. In some large power transformers, it is also possible to have a level of forced oil circulation where a pump assists in the circulation of the fluid. These generally provide a lower top oil temperature and more uniform temperatures within the windings. Mixture of polychlorinated biphenyls used as a transformer die because their non-flammable nature and chemical stability. So in the last para you basically learned how the liquid field transformers are used to cool the windings. So these are the process, how it goes up and down and how it is gets stored in a tank and all that. Basically the convection process is used. And the last point states about the PCBs that basically it is used in the transformers as it has non-flammable nature and chemical stability. So basically the lecture is divided in points so you can note all it down and it is in simple sentences so you can easily understand all the things and the concept. So I hope you have understood the lecture of today. Till then, be happy and have a great day. And thank you for watching.
Wow, that's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live Magus videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at Classfly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.